What it do, Scooby-Doos? Ha ha! 4 goals. Back-to-back wins. I'm not gonna say it, but could Liverpool be back? Welcome to another Doghouse review. Well, were we really ever not back? I don't know. That loss against Bournemouth still stings. But hey, glad to see that we're doing well in the Champions League. Glad to see that we picked up our first win for 2026. Yes, on the last day of January. So we still snuck it in to get a win in the first month of the year. And was the performance amazing? Was the performance poetic? Was the performance flippin' fantastic? I like to believe so. It was everything that we saw against the game against Karabag, just a little bit more tactical, a little bit more controlled, sometimes chaotic, but still managing to grind out the result. And that is what we need. Let's look at the first half. It was electrifying and explosive, with Newcastle starting the half a lot better than Liverpool. But as the half grew, so did Liverpool's confidence, and it just got a little battered by Gordon's goal, right? But also, I just want to highlight something here, right? It seems like Anthony Gordon always, whenever he plays Liverpool, wants to find a red card for some reason. That attempt to win the ball against Allison was really shocking. Glad to see that Ali just, picked up a slight knock and that Gordon managed to stay on the field for the entire 90 minutes. Um, as the half progressed, we were able to see that Liverpool grew into the game. They became even more confident. That link up play between Wirtz and Ekitike is just getting more and more dynamic. And it is a partnership that is going to afford Liverpool a lot of goals over the upcoming years. So, yeah, great first half. Ekitike, as always, looking explosive, looking creative, and always wanting to be finish the half ahead. We start the second half in Newcastle doing exactly what they did in the first half, being focused, being able to get Liverpool on the counter attack, and really trying to boss the game. However, that didn't last very long. We see Liverpool winning the duels in the middle of the park, making sure that our defense are tight and are almost watertight, right? Um, Props has to go to Konaté and Van Dijk. That centre back pairing showed last night flames. Oh, and I'm gonna say flames because it reminded me of our 2019-2020 season where we had Van Dijk and Matip at the back, and then our 24-25 season last season, um, with Konate and Van Dijk being solid, right? Being filling the gaps, making sure that they drowned out any sort of attacks on the goal, and really just being on the same wavelength with each other. Konate, I believe, had an amazing game last night, and he really showed what we'd been missing. With the player that he is, the player that we've known him to be. He showed us exactly who he can be when he is focused and committed to seeing things out, right? And crowning that off with a goal as well. I mean, what an emotional return for him to Anfield, after the loss of his dad. And again, our thoughts and heartfelt condolences go out to the Konate family. And also in that second half, we had Florian Wirtz scoring another goal. And that brings him now to, what, 6 goals in all competitions and 10 assists because he also got an assist for Ekitike's first goal. I mean, this young lad is that everyone gets to see the player that he is, the player that we signed from Bayer Leverkusen. Yes, it took him a little while to get up and running, but now that he is just absolutely dynamic in the way that he plays. So overall, the game was an end-to-end clash between two teams that didn't want to leave anything on the table. Newcastle, even though being defeated, they still attacked the game and still wanted to walk away with something from the game, right? Um, and Liverpool were dominant in their pressing ability. They were dominant in their possession. They were controlling the game and dictating the tempo, which forced Newcastle to play a lot of counter-attacking football, right? And when they had the opportunity, they found avenues through Barnes, through Elanga, to just drive Liverpool back into their own half and try to stitch together a passage of play that could result in a game. Now, the jewels that I want to highlight for this evening has got to be the Soboslai Barnes jewel as well as the Elanga and Kirkes jewel. And in both of these jewels, we found quite an even split, right? With Kirkes getting the better of Elanga sometimes, and Elanga really pushing Kirkes to the limits, right? On the opposite side of the field, we had Soboslai and Barnes going head to head, and a few times Barnes came out on top, still managing to get that cross into the box, and Soboslai just slightly behind in pace. But again, an excellent game to watch, and for the neutrals, it would have been a stunning display of two teams that weren't prepared to just lie down and accept their positions. So, who is in the dog box and who gets the top dog position? For me, I'm going to give the dog box positions to Anthony Gordon and Ramsey. And the reason why is, as a player, you need to understand that you are also playing the occasion, right? Anthony Gordon, every time he plays Liverpool, he makes really bad decisions when he goes in for tackle. And yes, he is supposed to be a center forward and he is supposed to make lunging tackles every now and then to win the ball and influence the game. But at what cost? At a cost of injuring another player, at a cost of injuring yourself. And those are not things that calculating center forwards should be able to do. And Ramsey gets it because I just feel that he was poor in the game, right? Every opportunity that he got to take Newcastle forward, um, he carried the ball a certain percentage, and then it all broke down. And also his tackling for me as a defensive player showed that he lacked a little bit going in both directions. Who do we have as our top dogs? Well, our top dogs are going to go to Ekitike, Wirtz, and Konaté, right? And I'm going to start with Konaté because Konaté had an exceptional game. His defensive work was immaculate. He shut down things. He was dynamic in the way that he came out of the box. He carried the ball forward. He found players in open spaces, and also, okay, well, there was that one misplaced pass that he tried, the Virgil van Dijk 60-yard pass to Mo. Yeah, it didn't really work out. That was just one of the bad things that he did. Um, Yet, still had an amazing game and topped it off with a goal. Wirtz, Wirtz was just being Wirtz, right? flames upon flames upon flames, popping up in spaces, stitching plays together, finding players in unbelievably tight spaces, yet still being able to find an assist and get a goal. And Ekitike, well, that that player is just he is an absolute marvel to watch. Gerrard um, likened him to a Fernando Torres, and yes, I can see the the play style, the rolling the defenders, the just the grit and sheer determination to win a ball and score a goal. And in terms of Newcastle, I am going to give top dog positions to Tau as well as Barnes, okay, and Ilanga. Uh, for me, Tau was great in defense. He shut down so many opportunities for Mo. He put his blocks in and he made sure that he kept Mo quiet with Hall, you know, doubling up on Mo every time that Mo came off the wing and tried to influence the game, right? And on the other end, Barnes and Ilanga for me were electrifying. They were players that were committed to making the runs. They were players that were not afraid to take on the opposition and try and weave around them, create some magic, and force a goal. So those are my top dogs. And that is the Doghouse review for Liverpool versus Newcastle. Again, an amazing 4-1 win for the Reds. And yeah, glad to see us get that monkey off our shoulder for 2026, getting that first win. And looking forward to more exciting wins going forward. Yeah. So again, if you like the content and you really enjoy what we do here at the Doghouse Review, please don't forget to like these videos, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of the posts, especially the rants and the raves. And once again, this is Izo telling you to do good, be good. And if you can't be good, just be good at it. And that is the Doghouse review for Liverpool versus Newcastle. Again, an amazing 4-1 win for the Reds. And yeah, glad to see us get that monkey off our shoulder for 2026, getting that first win. And looking forward to more exciting wins going forward. Yeah. So again, if you like the content and you really enjoy what we do here at the Doghouse Review, please don't forget to like these videos, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of the posts, especially the rants and the raves. And once again, this is Izo telling you to do good, be good. And if you can't be good, just be good at it.